Hey y'all, I'm Ashley.
And I'm Kevin. Welcome to Hope Ignited.
We are so excited about today's Christmas episode where we're going to share some of our favorite Christmas movies.
We got Christmas movies, favorite holiday traditions.
Worst gifts of all time.
Yep. Spotify Wrapped. We know you guys want to hear what we listened to this year, and we want to hear what you listened to.
We're also going to preview some of our resolutions for the new year, all coming up on this episode of Hope Ignited. I think it's important to start out by saying how offended I am because I didn't realize we were wearing ugly Christmas sweaters. I dressed up.
This isn't ugly.
I mean, I tried hard.
A good faith effort to have a nice Christmas sweater.
Did you even try?
It says party animal. It's a collection of dogs. This is we have to describe, we're Ashley and I's New Year's resolution in the upcoming year is to describe to our audio listeners a little bit more about the visual things that are going on.
I'll start.
The cornucopia of visual treats that we have for you here if you're watching on YouTube.
So Kevin went to the West Monroe, Louisiana Goodwill and found a party animal.
It's a collection of dogs with Christmas hats and whatnot, and it has bells that actually jingle.
It's got a pug on it with its tongue out. It says party animal. If the shoe fits, he's wearing it, and there's bells. He jingles.
Well, speaking of party animals, who you got featured on your sweatshirt?
Wheezy F Baby, the greatest rapper alive. It says best rapper, get it, rapper alive.
Yeah, that's Ashley's favorite rap artist and sweater. Favorite human
Jesus,
above her husband
Lil Wayne,
and children.
My children. Yeah, they're all there.
Okay, what are we doing today? What is this?
I mean, I just think we need some joy. Like our episodes are always so funny. They're always so, we do theme. We're great at a theme, but we wanted to spread some holiday cheer before we went into Christmas.
It's like, people are all over the map right now emotionally, and we got to get back to some traditions and what makes everyone happy and excited, and Christmas does it. I remember back in 2020 when, it was such a crazy year, and the holiday lights like that, there was a rejuvenation of the whole industry, and everyone got excited because it was like, oh, here's this thing. It's Christmas. And kind of people got excited about it again, So for me, I went through this period of time where, like, when I was a kid, Christmas was my absolute favorite. And then I kind of got like burned out somewhere around like when Black Friday was actually people killing each other over TVs and stuff.
It's also like not Friday anymore. I think that's what's kind of annoying is it starts so early. But don't you?
Yeah.
I do.
Yeah, I was worn out. By the time Christmas came around, I'd already been hearing the music for 6 weeks or something.
I agree. But the one thing I want to say about 2020 is that was the year that made it socially acceptable to like have your tree up in October. Because everybody was like, we need joy, and that has stuck.
You're right.
Like we never went back to like December 1st, let's put the tree up. People do it so early. It makes me so happy.
I agree. It's really nice. My wife does the heavy lifting on putting the Christmas decorations up. I appreciate that so much. She loves this time of year. Do you guys get them down like immediately after?
We do. I mean, it's a slow burn. Like I'm still like decorating the dining room. It really honestly depends on if we're hosting or not. Mm-hmm. Like this year we are hosting our life group. So we've got to make a little more effort with the tree, make a little more effort with the dining room, things like that. But I love it. And the thing for me is the kids are, 7 and 5. Every single thing gets them excited. And we're also still doing the elf. Did you do the elf?
The hiding the elf, that came after my kids are older now.
So you don't
we
do it for your wife?
No, I don't have any elves around the house.
Do
you guys like put them on the shelf and all that, kind of like hide them in the tree?
It's way beyond that. Like
really?
Today he's flying and decorating their Christmas trees in the playroom. I intend tonight to spread Nutella on the toilet seat and make like a poop joke.
Ugh.
Like it's a lot. And can I tell you something though? I love it.
Okay, do you feel this psychological pressure building to have to outdo every day?
100%.
Really?
It makes me a better human. I like jump higher, run faster, smear Nutella better. Like it's a buy in our. It's a big deal.
Yeah,
A very big deal.
We didn't do that. I'm kind of glad we didn't do that.
I write all.
But we're getting ahead on that. Okay, we're not doing traditions yet.
No, but it is important for you to know. I write all the notes with my left hand, and Justin's like, they're not. They don't know.
Like, because the elf can't write. He
No,
has
the elf wrote it, not me. And he's like, they're not the FBI.
What if he has better penmanship? Why you just assume he doesn't have good
Justin just
penmanship?
thinks it's too much, and I love it. It's my favorite thing. But we should start with movies, though.
Okay. Well, Christmas movies.
I'm going to pull up my list.
Obviously, there's so many classics. We go back into Miracle on 34th. I hope I'm not giving any of them away right now.
No, but classics for you, you're 12 million years older than me.
Classics for anyone.
A classic for me is Elf.
In the 30s and 40s. I wasn't alive back then.
Yeah.
But
a classic for me is Lindsay Lohan's last Netflix movie.
Oh my gosh, Lindsay Lohan. Lindsay Lohan's looks completely different. It's like she
good
took
or
a
bad?
different good.
Agreed.
No, she looks
Totally
great.
agreed.
She took a different path. She was heading down this dark path.
The Amanda Bynes side, and she chose the good side.
She got, congrats to her family and friends for pulling her out of that
redheads
mess.
hot. I agree with that.
She's doing great.
Okay, so the way we decided to do this instead
How
of
do we
just
get off on Lindsay Lohan on the Christmas edition?
Because she's the queen of Netflix right now. She
Is
is
she?
not going down the Hallmark path with you because Lord knows she'll start sweating and get red. But she's a vibe right now on Netflix Christmas. But so we decided to do hints. We thought that would be a better way to do it. So can I go first?
Okay, Ashley's going to go first.
Okay, so
I have to guess what her third, number three. This is for number 3 for her.
Number 3. Okay, ready?
Yeah.
The Blessing.
Wow. So it's someone with emphysema. I don't remember that.
It's COPD.
Okay, I don't know. I'm stumped, but I like your voice.
Is that all, Clark?
Wait, did you say Clark?
Yeah.
Christmas Vacation?
Yes.
Okay.
That was good.
Wait, I don't even remember that.
Remember,
So the mom.
Bethany goes, the Blessing.
Yeah. Okay. You're right. And this is really sad because
She wrapped her cat.
Let's just say we'll come back to this subject in a second here.
No, why?
Well, because maybe I might have this on my list somewhere as well.
Foreshadowing. Someone's never watched their favorite movies.
What's your favorite part of that movie?
The Blessing.
That's your favorite part?
Okay, I go to a party every year, a Christmas vacation theme party.
Do you really?
Yes, and we go all out. And I will now insert photos of us throughout the years.
Oh, that's awesome.
We go all out. And spoiler alert, this year we are going as Aunt Bethany and Uncle Lewis. So I've been working on my Jell-O mold and the Blessing. And we burnt Justin's blazer. We burnt it. We're next level Christmas vacation dresser-uppers.
Wow.
Yeah. So sorry if that's your favorite.
I'm impressed. And I haven't seen it in a long time.
We watch it every year.
Okay, I got to go back and watch it again, especially because it's on my list.
Okay, I want a hint for your number 3.
The hint is
Silent Night.
Red.
The Santa Claus?
The classic from 1964, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
Oh, welcome back to NBC.
Yeah.
After how many years? 50, 60 years?
No, I didn't hear that. Are they back on?
Can we just focus on your hint being red?
Red. I mean, I thought red, right? Like Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
Red one.
I actually thought
red
that was too
Santa,
simple.
Red and green.
It wasn't as sophisticated as the Blessing.
You can't even do it. The Blessing.
But no, Rudolph, when I was growing up, I don't remember when they would play that, but again, that was like the signal that Christmas was here.
Yeah.
That and the Charlie Brown Christmas.
Yes.
So the music, my family doesn't like the Vince Guaraldini trio or the
that
piano song. They don't really like that, for whatever
reason.
But so anyway, but going back to Rudolph, it was like you were a little scared of the abominable snowman.
For sure. I still am, yeah.
And Cornelius, whatever his name is.
Yeah.
Cornelius West, I almost said, that's like a scholar, I think.
Probably a president.
He's like, that's not the same guy I'm thinking. Yeah. But Cornelius something Jackson. I don't
Cornelius
know. Anyway,
looks like our next president.
The gold digger guy.
Yeah.
So anyway, I like that one a lot. What's number 2 for you?
Okay. You ready for your hint?
Yeah.
The only movie in America where Jack Black is kind of hot. You're kind of attracted to Jack Black. Which Never happens.
You lost me. Okay, what is it?
The Holiday.
School of Rock.
The Holiday.
The Holiday.
The Holiday.
I don't think I know what that is.
He ends up with Paint Me Jack from Titanic, Kate Winslet.
Yeah, Kate Winslet.
He ends up with her, and then Cameron Diaz is in there with that the hottest guy of all time, where you see the meme where he like looks at you, and you're like, happy season for him to look at you like this.
What? I have no idea what you're talking about.
The Holiday? You've
I don't
never
think I've seen it.
Cameron Diaz is upset. Kate Winslet's upset. They do a home exchange. It's the greatest movie ever of all time.
That's the greatest movie? Why is it number 2 then?
Because I wanted to save the second best movie of all time for last.
That makes a lot
See
of
what I
sense.
did there? Okay, give me your hint.
Okay, The Holiday. Well,
Go
I mean, I got something I'll go watch.
Go see it, yeah.
Okay.
Green.
Definitely the best Christmas action movie, Die Hard.
Thanks for the hint.
Now, oh shoot! Whoops! I just blew right through the hint. I messed up the rules of the game.
In all fairness, it's not a Christmas movie.
Okay, I know. So. This is what the reason I put it in is because I'd like to know if people think that it's a Christmas movie or not. I mean, arguably, whenever we saw it, when it first came out, I don't think it came out during Christmas. And even the director has said it was not a Christmas movie.
Oh.
But listen, we've claimed it as a Christmas movie.
I just have a hard time thinking that there is a world where Carl Winslow saves the world. Like, that's what makes a movie tough for me. And like when he's in that car and the body has to fall on it for it to be something, like I'm just like, I don't know. Like there's nothing about the Dad and Family Matters that screams like save humanity.
Yeah, but there's nothing like John McClane crawling through the AC ducts, getting ready to blast.
That's fair.
I don't know. It just warms my heart.
Yeah, it is a good movie. It's a very good
Christmas
movie.
Presents.
Okay, my last one here. You better get this. Flashcards proclaiming my love. What do you do?
What
do you watch? Who are you?
Flashcards proclaiming my love.
I'm not going to speak, and I'm just going to have flashcards proclaiming my love. Greatest Christmas movie ever of all time.
I don't know what that is.
Love Actually.
Love Actually with
Keira Knightley.
Okay, I may have seen it.
The dude from Walking Dead, the main dude from Walking Dead is the guy like with the flashcards.
I don't know.
And fun fact,
don't remember that at all.
He wrote those flashcards himself.
Okay, you're willing to say that that's better than every other Christmas movie?
Here's the thing. There are some X-rated parts of that movie that were not necessary, but Love Actually is a very good movie.
Wow.
It's so good.
Wow. I've never felt more disconnected and farther apart from another human in the species than I do right now.
Okay, don't blurt this one out. Give me an actual hint. I want to try to guess it.
Okay, well, I already foretold what it was earlier.
Well, give me your version of a hint.
Okay, The Blessing.
I love that we both love Christmas Vacation.
No, I love it. It's great. How can you not like it? Again, I haven't seen it in a while, so I got to go back and see it. But the parts that just stand out, is Cousin Eddie, of course.
Yeah.
I won't say the line.
Pooper's full. Yeah, Nutella's full.
By the way, I don't like you conflating Nutella and doo-doo together because I kind of like Nutella. But anyway, I really like the Christmas lights. I think every dad can relate to that. It's like the.
Do you put up your own Christmas lights?
25,000 Italian sprinkle lights. No, I mean at some point you just pay other people to do it. But we actually do. Amanda and the kids and I will do some. It's actually gotten pretty good. We have this tradition.
Wait, you do some lights?
We do some lights. Yeah. It's not like blow it out. We don't put them on the roof line or anything, but kind of out front and on the bushes.
Yeah.
And then we wrap our mailbox with lights.
Fun.
And that's become a thing. So some of the kids coming down and seeing our little mailbox lit up.
That's a cool tradition.
But yeah, anyway, that show just cracks me up. I love it.
Do you have any other weird traditions just while we're on that subject? I'm curious.
Weird traditions? I don't think we have weird traditions, but what about you? Do you have any weird traditions?
Yeah, I mean,
something that other people would think is just odd?
Yeah.
I mean, obviously your elf and the shelf stuff is wacky.
Well, but everybody does the elf. I feel like that has kids our age because you use it as a disciplinary. It's the elf saran wrapped your iPad. Sorry, you can't play the iPad. The elf, if they're bad, the elf freezes, and that's the most detrimental thing in the world to them.
College tuition on gambling.
100%. Yeah, the elf Scott, you have Prada. Yeah. But the thing that I think, there's two that I think are a little weird. And one, the fact that we haven't died from this yet is actually pretty miraculous. But every Christmas Eve, no matter what, no matter if I travel to go be with like my in-laws or if we're at home, no matter
Christmas
what.
base jumping.
No.
Okay.
We eat at Olive Garden.
Olive Garden?
On purpose.
That's risky.
Yeah, soup, salad, and breadsticks, $8.99,
Yeah.
and it is our tradition.
But, I mean, that's cool.
We get Walmart wine, but no matter what, we do it because here's the thing: you will notice it doesn't matter if you're in Hanover, Pennsylvania, or the Bahamas. There's a freaking Olive Garden.
That's true.
No matter where you go.
And Red Lobster.
Yes, and I love the mints, and I love the bread, and I love everything about it. And it just the mints when
they
you
have
leave,
special mints.
the chocolate mint, the rectangle mint.
Oh yeah. Just a little rectangle slip.
And then can I tell you the other one that's really weird? We're very big stocking people. Like stockings take up the morning. Then you have sausage, bread,
Like
and
who?
coffee.
Who do you stock?
We, like socks on the fireplace, stockings.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we are big on stocking stuffers.
Yeah.
And one person every year gets a bug.
A bug?
Like you're reaching into it.
alive?
And we have this like nasty centipede. And nobody knows who it's going to be.
So it's, tell me about this centipede. Is it real?
It is not real.
It was once real?
It's a rubber centipede.
Okay, it's a rubber centipede.
The more I talk about it, the weirder it sounds.
Yeah,
but
that's
like
kinda
it can
weird.
also be like here, or it could be at my family in Chicago, or it could be in Ohio.
Dead bug that, kind of fossilized.
The bug travels.
Legs break off every year.
Maybe the bug's in Frisco this year. Maybe it's not. But one person,
that's cool.
when they're reaching for joy and happiness, they get the bug.
But that's it? That's all they get in their stocking?
No. It's just like in with the good stuff.
Oh, I
and
see.
it freaks you out.
Yeah. Okay, that's cool.
But you wrap your mailbox in light, so we're both real weird.
Yeah, we're so weird. So mine brings joy to the whole neighborhood full of people. Yours brings misery and sorrow.
And the mail carrier, which is really nice.
Okay, so we named our Christmas movies. On the holiday traditions. I think on the positive side, one that we had that I want to talk about in a second because I think it's really fun. And someone told us this a long time ago. My wife and I, we heard this tip. And it was Christmas Light Express. And my daughter is in the studio here, so she'll remember this. Back when my kids were little, what you would do is you let them go to sleep, and then you let them go to bed. You put them in bed, tuck them in or whatever, and then right as they're about to go to sleep, you come right back up and you start playing music and all that, and you're like, "It's Christmas Light Express!" And I would do an announcement over the house intercom thing in Santa's voice, and
how did that go?
We changed him. I'd be like, "Ho ho ho! This is Santa. It's Christmas Light Express. Get your clothes on. It's time to go.
The blessing.
The blessing." But we would get the pajama. They would get their pajamas. We had we would go get hot chocolate in the car, and whatever. And then we literally it was like a reprieve from going to bed. That's what they got excited about.
Oh, that's so fun.
And then we go somewhere and look at Christmas lights.
Were
and
you
stuff.
excited they got a reprieve from going to bed for that one night only?
You know what? It was so much fun. For us, it's one of those things where everyone won because we like looking at Christmas lights too.
Oh my gosh,
who doesn't like that?
Yeah, but now you pay $65 a car and you do a little zigzag line through a parking lot, and it's not. I like going through people that spent time, effort, energy, and a lot of money to put the lights on their house. I love going through neighborhoods Justin can't stand it. He doesn't love the traffic. He doesn't love waiting. But I'm like, look, if there was not traffic, you wouldn't see anything because you're the Uber driver, right? Do you drive?
Yeah.
Do you feel like you miss out because you're driving?
A little bit, but to me, it was the kids were having so much fun that that's what I was having fun with. And I just think that in general, those kind of things like that, again, it's all you're really doing is just going and buying coffee or, hot chocolate for them or bringing it from the house.
Yeah.
So it doesn't cost you anything.
So fun. Yeah.
And anyway, when I got that recommendation, we did it the first time. The kids are like, "Oh, we got to do it again." And so it was a tradition for a long time. And we still kind of do it. But, it's different when your kids are in their 20s.
Yeah, you wait till 2 a.m. and you're like,
They're
Christmas
like,
light
"That's-
express.
I know, like they're waking us to
Yeah,
go
right.
out.
No,
go
they do
out,
it to you.
waking us
Exactly.
up.
They get on the intercom and they're
What's like a
Mom
really
and
special
Dad.
one for you guys? You got any others?
You know, we do matching PJs. I'm just big on I'm very rooted in tradition. Like I like to do the same things the same way every single year. We're big on advent calendars.
Oh, yeah,
this year, we've got Harry Potter one for Finley. Oakley has Elf. The Harry Potter one has a wand and it illuminates what day it is. If you don't have the wand, you can't see what day you're opening. We have this really creepy, but it's really cool to us from my great grandparents. It's a Santa face on a felt calendar, and there's yarn, and you tie Hershey Kisses, and every day you take off a Hershey's Kiss.
Yeah.
And then we do the book before bed where they pull it out, unwrap the book.
you guys
We're
are
big on
extra.
Advent. No, we're very extra. And then, of course, we spread Nutella on our toilets. So I was thinking,
she goes again.
maybe
Sorry, guys.
to challenge each other for joy, like I could do Christmas Light Express because I love that idea.
Right.
My kids go to bed at 7:30, so
Yeah.
it would be perfect timing
Yeah,
for
yeah,
me.
yeah.
And
It's
then
perfect.
you spread Nutella on your toilet seats. Just see what
I don't
happens.
know about that one. I
Just
think
try it
you're gonna have to-
out. Just see. Probably the best it's ever smelled in there. Okay, I have a question for you. What about gift giving? Are you one of those, can I tell you, at my dad's house, because my parents got divorced when I was really little, they open all their gifts on Christmas Eve.
So do we.
That's
our
weird.
tradition.
That's weird.
No,
That's
Christmas to me,
weird.
it's what you grow up with becomes the norm, and then everything else is weird.
I don't get
like
it.
the Christmas Eve thing. I don't know where that started in my family. Like when I was a kid, that's what we did. But it was because of the night. It was super cool, and you knew you got all that stuff, and you still got the joy of the next morning. We would open the stockings, but also you got to play with everything in the broad daylight. So if you had an RC car or a bike or whatever, you couldn't really
BB
do
gun.
much that night before. You couldn't shoot anyone. You couldn't see them.
Yeah.
But the next day you could. And
But when do you go to Olive Garden? I don't get it.
we just fit it in somewhere during the Christmas break.
We DoorDash it.
We go to Cheddar's, Chili's. We rotate steak and ale.
Red Lobster, if you're feeling fancy.
Yeah,
We get
you
dressed
wanna
up
step
for Olive
out.
Garden.
Seafood,
Yeah.
Italian. You cover all the basics.
Stop it.
But we always we always enjoyed. Anyway, go.
Are your
keep going.
stockings legit?
Our stockings are great.
Okay.
Yeah, they're really good. But Christmas Eve to me was Christmas, and we would go to church. We would go to a Christmas Eve candlelight service, and the funniest thing was though, my dad would read the Christmas story from Luke, I guess it is, or I can't remember exactly which one.
Matthew, Mark.
But he would read the little section, and it was in the day of Caesar Augustus, it starts out, and when Quirinius was governor of Syria or something like that.
Is that in my Bible?
Yeah, it is. And the reason I know that is because the presents were on the other side of this story. And so when you're a little kid, you have to go through this whole, and you're counting the verses left.
Yeah.
And you're like, this is great.
Oh, love
and your
it,
parents
yeah.
are like, they don't care about presents anymore because they're adults, and they're like, all right, we're going to reinforce why Christmas is good, and we're going to talk about Jesus and all that. And it's, and you're like, as a kid, you're like, yeah, this is good. I should be doing this. But you're looking at all those presents you've been looking at for a while, and you're like, my Nintendo's sitting in that box right there.
That's the
or
worst.
whatever. And you got to plow
But for you, it was
through
an
that.
Atari. Yeah, you're like that. My Atari's over there.
It was a Commodore 64.
I want to listen to that 8-track so bad right now.
Yeah.
Can I tell you a funny Christmas Eve story? This actually happened last year, and I'm sweating right now because I'm so fearful that it's going to happen again. And people have already been teasing me about it, and now 100% I have the worst complex. So we started practicing early. We decided to let Finley stay in big church. For her first time. She wasn't going to go to kids' church, and they do the candlelight service.
Oh, yeah.
And it's the type of candlelight service where the person on the end of the road gets it, then you have to pass the flame.
Oh, yeah.
But we're singing a slow song. It's a moment. It's a vibe. And so we practiced her with actual fire and passing it and just being a big girl. Well, what I forgot about is it was going to also be her first time doing communion. Which, for the record, this is non-denominational, so it's not real wine. She probably would have liked it more had it been real wine because she's my kid. But it was just the juice and the cracker. And so we're sitting there and we decided to stack up our life group where it was like us in the back row, the rest of them in the front row. And we tried to keep the kids as close together as possible, but with an adult to separate the live fire in the middle, right, where we could. So here comes the thing. And she gets it and like dressed up, okay? And we're passing the flame. You know our pastor. You can ask him about the story because he remembers this. So she gets the flame and she's standing there. I'm like, you guys, she did it. And then they're like, okay, let's, the body of Christ, the blood of Christ. So she takes it and I'm just standing there and I hear, and I look, she starts projectile vomiting all over the row of people in front of us, which were our friends dressed to go to dinner. And then Justin was like, what do I do? And I was like, I think you take her. So he covers her mouth and then it's like, brr, brr, brr. The pastor's like, and they're taking her out. And so I get on I'm not kidding. I start shoveling the vomit with like my elbows. And I'm just looking around at people. One person jumps over the seat to help us. So this year, Finley keeps saying like, Mom, can I please go to big church? I promise I won't eat that juice and that cracker.
The juice and cracker triggered that?
Well, she ended up being sick, but I guess that was like the icing on the cake. But I have this photo that I'm going to show y'all right now where she's like all precious holding her unlit candle in her little outfit. And I took a photo and I was like, Finley's first candlelit service. And then afterwards, everybody's like the most disgusting.
That's the worst thing I ever heard. Like, I mean,
but this year, our whole life group was like, we're sitting behind you guys.
Yeah, you don't want to be in front of that. Oh my gosh.
It was horrible. I know. So Merry Christmas.
Well, congratulations on that. Because it can't get any worse than that.
What if she's allergic to the body of Christ?
I don't know. It makes you kind of wonder what's going on there.
She's not Catholic. That's what we know.
Poor thing.
I know.
Poor thing. Well, okay, Finley, sorry that you went through that your mom shoved those crackers and things in your face.
It was horrible.
Okay, so
worst gift you've ever seen. I want to know about that.
Okay, well, I did look this up. I thought it was kind of funny. I pulled up a little list.
So this is like this was not a you thing.
No, this is not me because I couldn't really think anything too bad. I mean, I think we've all been given things we're super disappointed with. Like when up until the age of about maybe like 12 or so, 13, middle school, like for a boy, like clothes suck. Yeah. Like you don't want clothes. Then you get to where you're like, okay, shoes are cool, Jordans and all that. But like clothes are not it. Yeah. And so, a sweater, socks, things like that, you get that from your grandmother or something. You're like, and you have to act like you're
kind of
really
where I think that sweatshirt came from.
Or you get a card.
Yeah.
You get a card from someone and you're like trying to feel the thickness and the density of the card to see if there's like a gift card.
No, you hold it up and look for the check in the light.
You're you're checking
cash in there. Yeah.
Run UV light through it. But no, anyway, I definitely was on the receiving end of some of that. And I do remember that I did get this advice, and I do want to pass this advice along, especially for all you young dads who might be. Advice. Yeah, this is some Christmas advice. Tread lightly with kitchen items giving to your wife.
Oh yeah, everybody's seen Father the Bride. You don't give the blender. Bad news bears.
And bad news. I made that mistake at some point. I bought my wife. I want to say it was like a Cuisinart or something because she had said she wanted that kind of thing at some point.
A Cuisinart, what?
I don't even know. Just a Cuisinart. I know that's a brand.
Is that how you say it?
Some kitchen.
Doesn't it sound weird? Cuisinart.
Cuisinart.
Is that how you say it?
It sounds like the Louisiana way of saying it, right? Cuisinart.
That's the name of our elf.
But anyway, I bought her a Cuisinart, and she looked at me just like, this is nice. Thank you. I mean, she's gracious, my wife's awesome. But so I kind of learned that lesson early on, like, nothing practical. Like that's the time where you don't do something practical. So guys, even if she says she wants that, like she has to be passionately about cooking and all that and say, this is my thing in life. I'm watching the Food Channel. Like if she just sort of says, hey, it'd be nice if we got one of these at some point. Don't do that. Don't do it. Get it 2 months later on clearance or something like that.
I've got one. I keep looking at Wheezy. He looks like on Home Improvement, the guy that looks over the fence.
He's just peeking his head over there.
Wheezy. There's a little Wheezy, a lot of Wheezy. creeper wheezy.
More
stalking
face tattoos
wheezy.
are revealed.
Yeah. It says God on his neck. I one time gave one. In fact, it was at MBCF, and I would love to tell the story because we set a precedent. I set a precedent moving forward that you can no longer give live animals for your white elephant gift at MBCF. So I had seen the viral fish and chips white elephant gift. So I thought it would be hilarious to get the goldfish in the bag and then a bag of chips.
Goldfish.
A real goldfish who was very much alive at the beginning of this exchange. And I put it in a bag, and there are certain people here, Michael, who pick up gifts and shake them and try to decide, like, is this heavier? Do I want this? I'm going to hold it up and look. Well, said fish did survive the shaking, but it turns out like people gave it away. And here's the fun fact. That was 5 years ago. The fish is still alive, and an employee of NBCF still has the fish, and her grandchildren love that fish. Wow. But it literally, they were like, no more live animals. I thought it was great.
The fish had CTE, like Tua
or
whatever.
100% Tua the fish.
It was posturing with
Tua,
fin.
Yeah. He's just like this all the time. It's like the Trevor Lawrence, like, yeah, his fins are always up like that.
Angry too. He gets really angry all of a sudden.
For no reason at all. He just gets mad.
So he was on concussion protocol for the rest of the afternoon after the party. But
yes, but it's fine.
But he survived.
He's fine. Yeah.
Well, that's good.
And then I do have another one. This is one that I received. So it's white elephant. All mine are white elephant. You don't have to Google. I mean, I can just be your real life bad gift person. So we have a friend. This is actually pretty genius. So I feel like I maybe should have told you in private because it could be a good one that you could do sometime. But he spent the year literally doing an entire photo shoot for a calendar where he would get in theme. So like he was Mr. January, Mr. February, and it wasn't like provocative. It was funny. Like it was like an ugly firefighter, an ugly leprechaun, an ugly creepy Easter bunny. And he literally spent the whole year, and then he compiled it. And that was his white elephant gift of him as the subject of every month.
That's so good.
And so that gets passed around our friend group. Like the days change and it never aligns, but somebody always proudly displays that.
And that's cool. See, I like that. I like that. That's not a bad gift. I mean, like to me, the white elephant gifts are funny. Like I got a white elephant gift. It was a full size mannequin, like a dress mannequin. And I'm like, what am I supposed to do with this? And I was like going to go find a dumpster to throw it in. I went, no, there's something we can do with it. And I go, no, you know what? We're going down to Christmas, and my wife's family down in Katy, and there's the boys, her brothers and dad and all that. Let's go. We were going to go shoot some shotguns out on the farm, a friend's farm.
Got real Monroe.
So
real
we
quick.
we took the mannequin out, and we just did. You remember the scene from Office Space where they're like going out and they beat the they beat the printer to death with a bat and all that. We took shotguns and we just shot this mannequin,
Poor thing.
like riddled it with bullets. But
I would have saved it for the HOV lane.
That's a good idea too. Yeah, you put it in the HOV lane.
Yeah.
Okay, so I mean, some funny things, like gift things that I heard about. Somebody gave someone a used razor, a used electric razor. That's pretty awful. I saw one that I thought this was
There's hair in
pretty
it.
funny. Emotional support fries. It's a plush toy resembling French fries.
I like that.
That's kind of cool.
I would accept
actually
that.
like.
I would accept that.
I think you'd
Yeah.
like that, right, Ellie?
Yeah.
Wouldn't you like that? But anyway, yeah. So we'll move on here. We got to move to the Christmas. To me, what really, really does it for me, besides the lights, is Christmas music. So Christmas music. I want to talk about that for a second. First of all, do you have a favorite Christmas song?
The kids just wrapped their Christmas recital.
Yeah.
So whether I like these songs or not, they have been played on repeat in my home for 90 days. Finley did Jingle Bells. Oakley did Jolly Old St. Nicholas.
Yeah.
But my answer would probably be like anything Michael Bublé is acceptable.
Yeah.
He could sing like any
that
song
Christmas
in the entire
album
world.
where he's on the front.
Oh my gosh!
snowing.
Yes.
Oh my gosh! That's
so
such a
good.
great.
It's so good. What about you?
Well, I like this song. For some reason, I just forgot the name of it, but
Sing a little bit, and I'll know it. I'm really good at this game.
Oh, Holy Night.
Oh.
Holy Night. And I think you have to have like a you have to have a voice that can just boom to hit that song.
Yeah,
right?
I do.
Like
I do
you
it
gotta have
frequently.
tremendous range
Yeah.
and all that. But I love that song. I love the chord structure of it. I mean, it's it's definitely my favorite Christmas song. Speaking, you said Wrapped a second ago. That kind of got me thinking about Spotify Wrapped, which has become a big thing in our culture where we kind of analyze our music listening for the year.
Yeah.
So
I want to try to. I want to try to guess one of yours. I genuinely, as close as we are, I don't know that I would be able to guess.
I don't think you're going to get
very many of yours. I would like to try to guess like one of yours to see if I'm even remotely.
Well, we'll try to take a guess.
Gosh, this makes me nervous.
Okay, well, so why don't you give me your? We looked it up. I guess we got our top 5. So your top one, it's probably something country. I just can't think of who that would be. Like Jelly Roll or something.
Thank you for thinking highly of me. It is not Jelly Roll. My number 1, which was shocking to me, but it's proof that I have kids, was Taylor Swift.
Taylor Swift.
My kids like to shake it off.
Taylor Swift got to be the number 1 on the whole thing, right?
But she isn't that, sorry to offend everyone, she's not that great of a singer. She's like a talker
no, I
singer.
think she's a really good singer.
I don't.
I think she has a beautiful tone.
I'm one of those spend $1,000 to go see her in the Eras tour. And
she has a great tone. Like it's like very pleasant.
She put on a heck of a show.
She's a
heck of a show. The showmanship was
dynamic
there.
Singer, but
okay, can I try to guess like one of your?
Yeah.
Like I really don't know. I would say like Hugh Jackman.
Hugh Jackman? Wait, is he like an artist?
Well,
I mean, I like The Greatest Showman.
I guess I'm wrong. Yeah, he's the singer.
But he has like albums and stuff?
Okay, let me try again. Josh Groban.
Gilbert Gottfried.
I don't like.
Did you think Josh Groban?
Yeah.
Josh Groban. You're so far off. You don't know me.
Okay,
you don't know me.
AC/DC.
No. I mean, I like AC. No, I don't. I mean, I like a couple songs. I can play the music.
It's not going to be country. It's not going to be rap. It's going to be rock. It's going to be pop. Justin Timberlake.
That's a good guess. I like Justin Timberlake a lot, but this year, no, not at all. Let me lay him out. She disappeared for a little bit. I think there was a couple years. Sinead O'Connor. That reminds me. You remember when she shaved her head?
Wait, this isn't her?
In protest.
This is not who disappeared?
Wait, what?
Remember, we really couldn't find her.
Sinead?
Yeah, she was like missing. There was like a missing person report.
Literally, people couldn't find Sinead O'Connor?
Yes, and then they found her.
Know that.
Yeah.
Well, I just remember back when she shaved her head in protest or whatever.
That was a moment.
And, then Telly Savalas or someone said, cue ball, corner pocket. I just remember this joke where they're joking about her.
It was foreshadowing all that was to come with Britney Spears.
But yeah, anyway, in hindsight, well, anyway, I want to talk about Sinead O'Connor because I was always annoyed that you had to say her name differently than it was spelled. It's like Sade.
Yeah, it's like Cuisinart.
That annoys me when it's very presumptuous of people to thrust that. Like, the artist Laufey.
Nope. Shake that Laffy Toffee.
Laffy. She is actually, her name is Leve. And she is Norwegian, but she's like a huge up and coming jazz artist.
I'm going to be real upset if this is in your top 5.
But she's not. Leve is not in my list. Lana Del Rey. Did you not know that?
Sure
I love Lana Del Rey.
Didn't.
I love singer-songwriters.
Okay.
So
you love Taylor Swift.
So here's my list. Couple of these surprised me, actually. Lana Del Rey, 21 Pilots. I listen to them so much. They're such a great band.
Would have never guessed that.
Oh, man. Our family, that's our favorite, probably like overall favorite band. Billie Eilish. And not because I really like her. It's because there's like a couple songs that would get on these playlists.
Her documentary did change my life.
And it just kept ripping through over and over again.
Yeah.
There's this one song called Chihiro that played, like, I love it because it's like you put it in the background, it would just play, really
Chihiro.
Cool. And it kept playing over and over. And they said I listened to it like 70 times or something this year.
Hit me. I want to hear your 4 and 5.
And then 4 is John Mayer, who's been my favorite artist of all time.
Of course it's John Mayer.
My son now is a freak on guitar, and he can play every John Mayer song.
We should have Colin come play on the podcast.
Gosh,
I think that would be really cool.
I want him. You guys cannot believe how
By
good
Josh
he's
Groban,
gotten.
I meant John Mayer.
John Mayer all the way.
Josh Groban's Continuum album.
And then the last one is The Weeknd. And I really like The Weeknd.
Finley
and a lot of
likes
that's because I'm like
The Weeknd.
working out, you
Yeah,
know, like
yeah.
when you got workout music.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
you know what's funny? What didn't make the list, but is literally was like right there, like number 6 or 7, was this genre of music that I got into called corridos tumbados. And it's Spanish music. It means corridor trap music. And there's this group of guys, and Javi and Peso Pluma.
I'm pretty sure you're just naming catchers in Major League Baseball.
The Dominican
Javi
Republic team. But no, these
Andres
guys,
Galarraga.
man, I love all these guys. It's a style of music, and they don't have drums. They play, it's like percussive guitar and bass, and then they're rapping over it. Now the lyrics, from what I talked to my friend Javier.
I feel like I should hide his ears right now.
Shout out to my friend Javier.
That looks weird.
I was talking to him one night about it and telling him, I was like, hey, you know who I like? And I was explaining it to him, and then I showed him some of the music, and then he's like, do you know what this is saying?
Corderos,
I don't know.
El Mexicano
I didn't
trap
know what
music.
it was saying. It was like, hey, you know, and it's like AMG. These guys, basically, it's like gangster rap music. It's like Mexican gangster rap music.
I would love that.
I'm jamming out on. I have no idea what they're saying, and they're
Sounds like I
we're
should
gonna
check it out. How do you
shoot
say
some
it again?
people and corridos tumbados.
That's
and
exactly what I was
I
gonna
listen to that when I'm working out, and I did not expect to like that. But anyway, shout out to my homies.
So
out
right
there.
after Taylor Swift and Corridos Combatos is Justin Timberlake.
That was
mostly because Selfish is like one of that was my number 1 song of the year.
It's
Selfish.
always in your list.
For
right?
me, it was more of like I needed him to get the money for me streaming it because he was back. It was Justin was back. Like it felt like old Justin, you know?
Yeah.
Luke Combs, good call on number 3.
Yeah,
Luke Combs is one of those artists that like you could just put it on. You never have to change it. You never have to skip a song. Need to Breathe, of course.
Can I back up? You know why I don't like Luke Combs? Because I don't like how his name makes you say that it could go Lou Combs or Luke Holmes.
Does that bother you more than Sinead O'Connor?
It's like Luke. You have to have a hard separation. So just for that alone, I'm out on that guy.
Well,
okay, keep going.
Luke Combs, he's a vibe.
Luke
Need to
Cuisinart.
Breathe is number 4. Love Need to Breathe.
That's
Probably
a good
seen them
one.
in concert more. Them and The Fray. Those are like my most concerts.
Yeah.
And then my last one, I'm very proud of this one. Who do you think it is? Who do you think it is? Who do you think my number 5
Wheezy.
is? It's
Does
Elevation.
he still put out music?
It's Elevation Worship.
Oh, well, you were holding this up. I thought you meant.
Because it was a surprise element.
Okay. It's Elevation
He's
Worship.
number
Good job.
6.
Good job.
The Lord is above Wheezy.
That's
so
good.
that made me feel good about that. Okay, quickly, because we've got to wrap here soon.
Yeah.
Let's get into New Year's.
Yeah.
Do you have any resolutions? Which still feels weird to me. New Year's resolutions.
I mean, I'm in the middle of like I put on about 10 pounds or so I need to like trim up a little bit. I've been
That's
working
called Thanksgiving. Like we all put on 10 pounds during Thanksgiving.
I wish I could just lay it on Thanksgiving, but it was a couple months before that. I've been a little bit lazy, but anyway, so that that's traditional stuff. But for real, I got to start reading the Bible again more consistently. So
you should do that Bible in a year thing.
I've done that. Like I've read the Bible through like probably 2 or 3 times, and it was because of that. Like it literally is this pressure. It's like working out. Like the cool thing is once you do it, you get in the habit of it, and then it's like, oh, this is good. And then there may be a day where you're like, oh, I got to get it done before.
Can I ask you something? You've already done it.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know that it hasn't changed? Like you're gonna do it again? Like you just want to read it again? The whole thing again?
It's not, because the thing about the Bible is that it's living. It's like you change. The Bible doesn't change, but you change.
So the
you
perspective
reapproach it.
and the season of life that
Older,
you're in.
younger, whatever. You're happy, you're depressed. You kind of look at it, and it's like it's this, compilation of so much wisdom.
Yeah.
That it's alive. So that's I need to get back in and do that. I put myself out there to be held accountable for it this year. So.
Skinny and holy.
What about you?
I like it. Also, I was just gonna say what helped me tremendously was the Message Bible. I know it's a very different translation, but it felt more like I was
Eugene
reading.
Patterson.
Yeah. I love the Message Bible.
That's a great one.
For me, this one's gonna sound real lazy since you're trying to get skinny. Mine is to sleep more.
Sleep more.
But
No,
in
that's
all
good.
fairness,
That's good for everything.
My macro coach said you could be doing everything right, but the fact that I am not getting enough sleep at night is the reason that like pounds won't come off of you.
Yeah.
Like you have to prioritize your sleep. So that's one of mine.
That's so true.
Okay, and then this one is kind of
Hold up. I got to ask you something real quick. Have you heard of that guy named Brian Johnson? So there's this guy. He was a tech genius, made $1 billion on something or another. And he's committed. He was like working his butt off in Silicon Valley, like working himself to death. comes out of that with all this money, nothing to do, and he says, I want to uncrack or, solve the problem of aging. And so he started like spending an indefinite amount of money on
this is the guy that created
vitamins.
Botox.
Did he?
I'm just kidding.
Oh, okay. All right. So no, literally like though the looking at cellular aging and all that and reversing all that kind of stuff. So this guy is obsessive about, and he'll like tell everyone what he's doing, but he's like figured out sleep, the optimal diet. So he does all these weird things. He's like replacing his blood, with younger people's blood.
Kim Kardashian did that.
Yeah. But this guy like is just, anyway, it's really interesting because, sleep is the thing that he identified as probably the most detrimental to aging.
Dude,
like if you're not getting enough. So he sleeps like 10 hours a day.
Guys, I'm actually 20 years old. I just haven't slept.
Well, you know what, Ashley, like you could benefit from, I would say this, go look this guy up, Brian Johnson, about what his recommendations for sleep are, because he talks about the right temperature to have, how dark it needs to be, like what you do ahead of time to get yourself ready to go to sleep. And I mean, it's all good advice. It bores me, and I'm like, nah, I'm not going to do that.
I just need more hours in the day. Like I get stuff done at night. Like when my kids go to bed, like how am I going to do the Christmas Light Express if I'm trying to sleep? Like I have things to do at night. Olive Garden, bugs, Nutella. Jinx, Peach Pokey makeup.
Forever for me.
Okay, and my last one, I say this every year, but I want you to know you inspired me. So this is a really good one to end on. So I was so impressed. I'm not going to cry because I have Botox. I'm very sad right now. Can't you tell? You were very intentional about my birthday gift this year. And I just felt like a turd because I am 100 million% going to order your birthday gift.
Mine?
Yeah, at Target. I'm going to pick it up at my convenience. I'm going to keep it under $1 amount. And it's probably going to be the same gift that every person in the studio is going to get right now.
Don't do something silly like that.
You were so intentional about my New Orleans Saints cup.
The cup.
It was very personalized, very thoughtful. So the theme is, it just was a reminder to me, kicking the tail to, I want to be more intentional.
Yeah.
Like I just feel like and the crazy thing is like my love language, like I love to give gifts, but I love to give gifts that I got at Target in the drive-up window, like that are just very simple. I feel like it would bring me more joy and happiness to just be more intentional about every aspect of my life. But I just really want to be more intentional about gift giving, about time, about, finding what brings other people joy and really instilling that in people. So I just want to be more intentional.
Well, good.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's
no pressure for your gift now. We'll have to talk about it when you get it, I guess.
I know. And again, lift the dollar amount restriction. That's silly to put a cap on yourself like that.
Yeah. Buy me diamonds.
Do whatever you need. Well, not with that, but diamonds. But
I actually wouldn't want diamonds.
But intentionality, it's funny you say that because that was actually what I was thinking when I did, because I don't think I've gotten you any birthday presents. Maybe it's been a while, or if I ever have, and I suck at that, and I don't know why I'm so bad at it. It's like I'm just moving forward, and I feel like I don't slow myself down enough to focus on what matters.
Yeah.
So that is what intentionality is.
I think
I'm there with you on that.
Yeah,
let's be more intentional in 2025.
We should both have to open our birthday gifts to each other, or any gifts moving forward, live on this podcast, so that people can hold us accountable for how intentional we were.
All right. So
also, yours will be Nutella.
Again, you ruined that.
I think it's
wonderful treat for me.
I like it. You're also getting Cuisinart. Well, thank you guys for allowing us to give you joy. I hope that you feel inspired and that you're really in the Christmas spirit. I think really good ideas came out of it. I am going to do the Wake Up My Kids Christmas light thing.
That's so
I love
cool.
that. I think that's
so
really neat.
Do it. You'll love it. We would love to hear more from you. Yeah. One resolution that we have for you, our favorite fans and
our
listeners
moms that are still hanging in there, both of you,
the people that hang in there. We would love to hear from you guys one way or the other, whether it's a comment on YouTube or you send us a text or email or whatever. Any feedback that you have on the show. Also, just talk to us. We want to hear from you, like what your favorite movies are and that kind of thing, and we will respond. So, but we really appreciate, and if you're watching this on YouTube, please like the video and subscribe. That really helps a lot with the algorithm.
That's the greatest gift you could give us this holiday season is to go like and subscribe and tell your friends. We want people to also be inspired, and
we want to build a community.
Yeah, it's been a great year, and we're looking forward to all that's to come next year. Thank you guys for tuning in to this very merry episode of Hope Ignited.
Merry Christmas.